Hey YouTube, Crazy Knife Guy Mad Yako here. Today I'm going to share some thoughts on the Civivi Riffle. But first, consider signing the petition linked in the description to keep the knife community on Facebook and Instagram alive. Please make sure to follow me, Mad Yako on Instagram, Mad Yako on Twitch, and please, oh please, subscribe for more knife tool, EDC, etc. content. I think this knife, it really caught my attention because I was going to buy some aftermarket scales made by a Dutch fellow. And this is one of the Civivi knives that he had scales made up for, of the ones that I liked. Those are not here yet. Right now it just has the carbon fiber scales that it came with. And it is made of Damascus. I think Civivi's Damascus has been pretty good. Has pretty good reviews overall from a lot of people that I've seen. I read something, and who knows if I'm right or not, but it's some kind of 8CR mixture. So it's not complete trash. It's at least blade steel. It does have some large jimping on the top, so that helps with grip for belly cuts and such. Not much room for pinch gripping here because your finger goes right through it. You lose control. Of course, there's a way to do anything, but you know. The locking mechanism is just a liner lock here, as you see. I did put skiff bearings in this one as well because it has the same kind of bearing size as many Civivis. Let's see if you can see that. There we go. I did put a titanium pocket clip on it. I thought that one looked, the silver one looked better than black for this one. Gives it a little bit of contrast. It's very fidgetable. It's got, you know, deployment methods are, you could do a rear flick, you can do that, or I suppose you could deploy it with your thumb, but that's kind of hard for me to do. Oh, I dropped it. I dropped it by trying too hard. Very smooth action, especially with those skiffs in there. Very strong detent, get some snappy action going. It's not quite drop shutty action, but you know why that is. It's a liner lock, so that liner ball is going to be brushing up against your blade when it's going back in. Acoustics, you tell me. I think it sounds pretty good. It's not overly loud, but it does have kind of a sound to it, which is just kind of metal on metal. It sounds good. It sounds clean. Let's do some measurements. Overall length, just a hair under 8 inches. Then we have blade length. Let's say from the flipper up, it's about 3.6 inches. Edge length would be maybe 3.2. Let's get out the scale and see how much this bad boy weighs. Got 3.7 ounces, so it's kind of in my sweet spot. I like them a little bit heavier. I want them to be like an average weight. I don't want them to be too light, like my Chinese version of a bug out. It feels extremely light. So much so that I feel uncomfortable with it in my hands sometimes. also because it's Chinese. Actually, I shouldn't knock it that it's Chinese. It may be a knockoff, but it works pretty good. But I digress. The thickness. We should do the thickness. Okay, we got that zeroed. Blade thickness total 128 thousandths. And then let's do right behind the edge 31 thousandths. So we go down about 100 thousandths there in that full flat grind. And we've got about, I'd say 1.1 inch blade width. Not width, blade, yeah, width. About 1 inch thick for the handle, varying a little under 1 inch. Things I'm doing to improve this, like I said before, I did put the skiff bearings, and I also put the titanium pocket clip, and then I've got some custom scales coming for this knife. Fellow on Etsy, I'll link his shop in the description. Makes them really neat looking. I think they are wood scales, all hand carved. This one's really easy to take apart and put back together. It is all T8 screws. I have taken it apart to put the skiff bearings in, and I do know that there's not much to it as far as parts. There's a backspacer, there's scales, there's liners, there's a blade, and there are bearings. The feel on the hand for me really hits a sweet spot because it kind of folds down over. I can get my full grip there, and I feel like the knife's kind of gripping me back with the flipper and the fold over back here. If I want to, for extra maneuverability, I can put my hand on that my thumb on that jimping, and get some pretty good belly cuts, tip cuts. Also, use my finger there. The price of this knife, I got this knife on bladebench.com for $40. I think you're pretty much going to find that price across the board, either 40, 50 bucks, wherever you can find it. If you can find it anywhere, probably eBay or Blade Bench is where you're most likely to find it, since it is a discontinued knife. Of course, it's Civivi, so it's got a great brand behind it. I love Civivi. I think the look of their knives is great. I would say that since this one's one of the Damascus ones, it is kind of meant to be a showpiece, maybe more than an EDC, but I'm going to use it. I mean, I think since the price is low, it's definitely going to be EDC for me. Shout out to Kenman Dan Kenman, The Knight's Edge, and all of my subscribers for supporting me in this journey into the knife world. Just stick around, and I will make sure to try to entertain you guys as much as I possibly can. Please make sure to check out my Instagram, Mad Yako, Twitch at Mad Yako, and of course, please, oh please, like and subscribe for more knife-related content from your favorite crazy knife guy, Mad Yako. If you have a knife that you'd like to lend out for me to review, or if you're a company that's interested in sending me knives or other products to review, please reach out on Instagram. Just remember, I do honest reviews. Until then, I'll be hard at work digging up more stuff to show you guys. Peace.